Stop chasing. Look, it's Marcel, aka Honey Bunny Sunny, and I'm on a mission to make you some money. Okay. Welcome to a very important live. All right. I'm going live at this time because I see some setups that I think that you would want to know. All right. My goal is always to try to get you in on the money plays, get you in on something that's forming in real time. So I'm doing just that. All right. If you guys recall from the Sunday watch list, I was talking about needing confirmation, right? It wasn't enough. It was neutral, right? We didn't really have clear direction. Well, we have multiple confirmations on the charts, and I want to go over that with you. I'll also give you guys an opportunity to, to chime in with other stocks that you may want to get some sort of analysis for. But I love that we're able to do this at this time so that you can still like get off of this live when I'm done showing you what I'm going to show you, and actually go execute on it and then make money. And then y'all can come back and talk to me tomorrow, and we can chop it up about how you made money. Okay? So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I truly appreciate you taking the time to stop by and just listen to me talk all day, right? But I'm doing something that I think is really going to help you get to the next level in trading. All right. So if you got a pen or a paper, however you decide that you want to take notes, make sure you're ready because we get ready to go in. All right. All right. We about to get to it, man. How y'all feeling out there, man? Who we got in the building today? All right. We got Cortez. What up? He's like started off the week green, IWM, AMD. Well, thank you, Marcel, for all that you do. Yeah, appreciate you, Cortez, man. We do it to make sure that, like I said, y'all make money, right? So I'm gonna go on a little tangent before I start, right? So don't worry, we'll get to the stuff in ample time, right? But me and Zay been friends for like 10 years, right? We have been chopping it up about just personal development, all types of stuff for 10 years on the phone. You know what I'm saying? In person, right? And we decided one day, man, like it's a lot of fakes out there. It's a lot of people out there that are saying do something, and they're you join, and it's not, you don't get what you paid for. You don't get what you thought you was going to get. You always kind of are in this loop of like needing something, like when they're going to sell me something else, when is there going to be an upsell, whatever. We was like, look, we're going to come in here because of the losses that we've taken in us having real profits after having gone down that road and bringing ourselves back to being profitable, right? It's like we learned this game inside out, and we know the things that people are keeping from you. We know the things that people are trying to repackage and reposition to keep trying to make money and suck money out of you. We give more game on YouTube than people charge people thousands for, and anybody can vouch for that. So the whole idea was like, look, the way that we be building, me and him one-on-one, it's like we're going to share that with y'all. Everything we know. And as we develop new knowledge, sharing that too, because that's how it's supposed to go. Because whatever you give, you will receive. It ain't no competition. It ain't none of that stuff. I ain't worried about what nobody else is doing. I'm only worried about the impact that it has and how much you guys profit, because that's what we all trying to do, right? That's what everybody that's teaching say they're trying to do, right? All right. So who else we got in here? Kanaka, or is it Kanaka? How do you say that? Aloha from Hawaii. Okay. You said volume is soft. Let me try to turn it up. Hold on. How about that? Is that higher? Let me know if the volume is going up. P, what up, man? Ash, I see you. Mark Quinn, what it do? Miss Virgo, I see you. How's that, y'all? Is that volume higher? Y'all let me know real quick if that volume is higher, because I wanna make sure it's clear before before I continue forward. So just drop a yes or no, just based on what it was when I first started. This audio been giving me a lot of problems, man, and I thought I fixed it. How is that? Are we coming in clear before I move forward? He said volume sound like God talking to us, right? Hey, there we go. Hey, I am a God as well as you, right? I am a guy as well as you. Hold on, let me see something real quick. With this, I want, I want to play with this. I got a little Mayano board. So let me see if the voice changed. Did my voice
Change on that right there? What I sound like? What I sound like now? How I sound now?
Y'all like this? Y'all like this voice? What about this, John?
Y'all like this one? Huh? Huh? Which one? Which one? Which one y'all like? What about this?
Huh? Y'all like that one? Yeah. All right. I'm done. I'm done having fun.
All right, cool. So look, man, it's good to see all of y'all. You know what I mean? Was it Michael? Michael, I'm sorry. Michael, what up? Gary, what's going on? Y'all listen, y'all know I'm gonna be playing with the voice changer on these lives going forward. So get ready for that. You know, listen, we're gonna have some fun with that. But I know we gotta make sure that we get this, get these plays out the way. So I'm not gonna waste any more of y'all time. But it's good to see y'all, man. Adam, what up? All right, he said the helium voice. All right, she said it's still lower, but can hear. Maybe turn your volume up a little bit, Denisha, because I've turned it up quite a bit. How's that? That's pretty much like the max for volume. Yeah, maybe noise reducer. How's that? Is that clearer? That's better. That's okay, Daniel. Okay, what up, Daniel? That's Beezy. What up? All right, here we go. So if we good on that, if the voice is good, just give me one yes and we'll go right into it, y'all. I just want to make sure we good. You said it sounded like the devil for a second. Yeah, that voice got it's so this little voice change. I'm gonna play around with it. Because I don't even know which one. Like as I'm talking to y'all, I can't actually hear it because I don't have any like headphones plugged in. But yeah, all right. So he said that's perfect. Perfect. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Oops. Give me a second. All right, let's get it. All right. So listen, yesterday we talked about MRK, right? I was like, what did I say? I said MRK needs to confirm, right? MRK needs to confirm, and then it can come down and retest that level, right down here at this 108. Okay. I believe it will blow straight through the 108 and come down to 106. Okay. If we can close like this is the play, y'all. If we can close like this, bearish. This was the play call on on Sunday watch list on the live. If we can close like this, we can go ahead and swing this. 2 to 4 weeks. 2 to 4 weeks, we can swing this to the downside. Right? This is the confirmation. 10 minutes before market close, y'all. So East Coast time, what, 3:50, right? West Coast, 12:50. All right. 2 to 4 week swings on this to the downside, puts at the money or right in the money. That's gonna be your best delta. All right. This is, like I said, this is the setup that we've been looking for. We've been wicking all the way up here. People have been indecisive, but because it's in a breakout, that's the reason that there's indecision. So you got a lot of buyers that are like, oh no, we in a breakout, which is why you kept seeing it test new highs. But then you had a lot of other people like this continue, like a lot of selling pressure at the top of this Bollinger Band. I mean, at the top of the highs, not the top of the highs, the top of the Bollinger Band, like pushing it down. So we wicked twice. We got a lower high, but we didn't get a lower low yesterday. Again, I said we need the confirmation today. We got the confirmation. Again, if it stays bullish like this, if it creates a big wick, I'm not as excited about it. So if we pump for the rest of the day and you see MRK like maybe like, I don't know, like 1% or less, that might be a little, you know what I'm saying? Like that might be a little too much of a wick for me. I like it right around here. let me find it. Let me drop down a little bit actually. This 4 hour. Yeah. So a close below the VWAP. A close below this VWAP on the 4 hour would be safe. All right. So if the wick takes it above the VWAP, then I don't like it anymore. But if it can stay below the VWAP, I'm cool for swinging this 2 to 4 weeks out. All right. And this is going to be a beautiful one. This is going to print. All right. Let's go to AMD. Anybody got any questions about MRK before I move forward? Yeah, they don't miss. Nah, for sure. Once you get them confirmations, videos and knowledge I give is life changing. I've taken my training to another level. Man, I love that, man. I love that for you. I love that for you. I'm so glad that this is working out. All right. And this, y'all gotta understand, y'all energize us like we energize y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all pour into us, we pour into y'all. The more y'all show up, the more we show up. You feel me? So it's a mutual relationship. All right, so I got AMD pulled up, and y'all know what's going on with AMD, right? We talked about it. We caught a we had that first, I'm not gonna lie, that first put situation didn't work out because it broke out, but it was a good setup. You know what I'm saying? So we ate that. We found a bull flag. I called that play. Took like 20% profit on the bull flag. Runners went to like 50%. So that was a beautiful play as well. We have a 3 candle, a 3 up, right? I mean, a 3 bar candle, right? A bullish 3 bar. Also a bullish engulfing, also taking place at the order block. Let me go to the daily. This play clean as day, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. This play, this play so clean that I'm like, are they gonna try to fuck with us? This how clean this play is. I'm like, they might try to, like, this play so clean. Cause look at this, right? Let me show you something. Come on, computer. Don't do me like that. Slide up. What's going on? All right. We right here at the order block, y'all. This is a clean bullish candle, very minimal wick, right? It tested the bottom of the Bollinger Band right where I called it, right at the psychological level of 200. It bounced right off the 200, not 200 EMA, I'm talking about 200 price. The $200 price point, that psychological level, it bounced immediately this morning. We got a bull run, right? It went and broke out, and now it's consolidating because it doesn't want to make the full move today, which is a blessing. Because if it made it above this level right here, then we could see a lot of people like, selling off, and then there possibly being some sort of pullback first. This is the perfect size confirmation, right? It engulfs the previous candle. It happened as a result of the bounce of the 200 off the order block, off the Bollinger Band, right? 3 confluences. So 10 minutes to go in the market. If this is still here, we have the potential to retrace highs. There's no interruption on the daily. You see what I'm saying? There's literally no interruption. So this is a immaculate setup. Now, like I said, it's so nice of a setup that I'm like, damn, are they going to try to throw some sort of like wrench in the plans? So do keep that in mind, and this is why I think it's best to go 2 to 4 weeks out. Right? 4 weeks out, we will absolutely see the retracing of this right here. Right? 2 to 4 weeks out is also going to minimize drawdown just in case they want to do another dip into this order block and then it bounce. Because what it could also do is it could open this a play that they like to pull, right? It could open up red, right? So it could open up red tomorrow, and it could be down because this is a large candle. So if it closes at 208, it can still be inside of this candle for a huge range. This is a large move here, right? So it could form a bullish harami tomorrow. It could also even come all the way down. Like we could open up red and it could fall, or we could open up, like slightly red and it can fall and come all the way down and retest the 200 again, and then bounce again and then make the move. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to give you guys like, yes, like I said, we close like this. That is the confirmation, but there is the rare occasion that a confirmation gets blown up. So I'm just trying to get you guys to understand, like, okay, this is a beautiful setup. But if it does not work out, it's because they're trying to retest this 200 level, right? So you'll know if it opens up red tomorrow to say, okay, like 200 would be a break below 200 would be okay. Like this is kind of like breaking the structure. But this confirmation, if anytime I see something like this off of a Bollinger Band, off of order block, and engulfing the previous candle, and starting off the day testing the downside and failing it and bouncing up, I don't know how many more confluences you need, right? This is a beautiful setup. So I will be taking this for 2 weeks out. Some people that are riskier might take weeklies, right? They might think that this can get done this week, and it's very well possible that it can get done this week. But I'm going to put a little bit more into it, and I'm going to swing it longer, looking for a much bigger profit. All right. Any questions on that one? How y'all looking out there? Beta Clay, Chef. What up, Stacy? Hey y'all. So this is if y'all are in TPC, the 7-day detox that I shared, for you guys that we're starting next week. This is her. This is Stacy, right? So she's the one who came up with that. I'm actually going to be updating the 7-day detox, because we pushed it from the 12th to the 19th. So there will be an updated version of the detox with, much more detail for you all to be able to, make your juices and your raw meals. So y'all show her some love when y'all get a chance. And yeah, I'll be updating that today. So yeah. So with that being said, any other questions on AMD? MRK, or is there anything that you guys want me to analyze, going into tomorrow, right? Like I said, in the watch list, everything about today was waiting for a confirmation, and there's confirmations across the market. So if there's a specific stock that you want me to look at, just go ahead and let me know, and I'll go ahead and do that breakdown. I'm probably going to hang out here for like another 15 minutes. So I could probably get a good 3 to 5 of those in if you got something that you want to see. All right. You said, good luck. I'm gonna roll it out with the profit for more time. There we go. Yeah. When you put it out 2 to 4 weeks, you get to take advantage of the moves that you might not have been able to anticipate. Matter of fact, let me actually go and see. Let me see something real quick. Let me look at this on the weekly. Yeah. So we could be forming like a retracement. Yeah, I like AMD, yo. I really do. Oh, I wanted to see when. Okay. Okay, so earnings is in 22 days. If you really want to see like a single move turn into like a lot. If we can pop on this, right? Like I said, I'm really like tomorrow is going to be very interesting when it comes to AMD because like they may, like I said, they may try to come and play and retest this area, but you may even be able to go out further depending on how much you're willing to put up. This may be something that you want to go out further with. You know what? Let me break out. I always got to break out my ruler tool. Let me break out this ruler tool real quick. So we are currently down about 11%, yo, from the highs. That's a nice move. Once it reclaims highs, it's gonna break out, right? So we talking about getting 11% out of this on the equity side, and then whatever the breakout is from there, which could be another 10% move in the next couple of weeks. This may not be a bad idea to get a few months out, right? Because what you're doing is you're taking advantage of the pullback, and you're also taking advantage of lower price points for earnings and being able to catch that wave within 22 days. If they have positive earnings and it does pump, you would already be positioned in, a reasonably priced contract instead of trying to enter into the contract the week of earnings. So think about that when you're swinging this. If we get that confirmation today, right? Like I said, 2 to 4 weeks out is solid. But if you're thinking about possibly holding for a longer period of time, you may be able to benefit from a pump that may come with with earnings in 22 days. So I would consider maybe like a quarterly swing, something that's not quite elite, but maybe like 3 months out. All right, just something to consider. All right. Definitely make sure y'all take advantage of that ruler tool. Always understand like where a stock is at a given time relative to its high. Okay. All right. He said, which one you like better? I say AMD I like better, bro. AMD I like better for sure. What's the contract looking like? I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the price points, but whatever they are, I'm taking them. In the money, slightly in the money, or right at the money. What are your thoughts on this 211.58 pop and then reject? 211 pop and then reject. You talking about on AMD? What you have a level marked at 211.58? What level is that? American Khalifa, what up, man? We're talking about calls, Candy. So for AMD, it's gonna be calls. Yeah, I would recommend swinging out for about a month for AMD. Right, that's gonna protect you from drawdown if we do something weird tomorrow. But again, a closure like this, right? If we close where we are, look. Let me bring it back up because I want to make sure it's clear. This is a bullish engulfing. It came down today and retested 200, right? So that 200 was a very significant level. If you look at the last time it was around 200 over here, it went as high as, as this 219, right? So if we get some support with, with the news, if we get some, some decent information about the economy, if this whole thing that's going on with the Fed, turns, anything that can just tip the, the balance to our favor and we get a pump is going to reward you handsomely. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, in terms of the earnings, if you want that to potentially be a part of your gains, it's a good time to target those dates, right? So that you're not overpaying for it. The closer you get to it, the more you overpay for benefiting off of earnings. Now, it's no guarantee that earnings will work out, but if you have something that extends past it, I'm just trying to alert you of the different moves that could take place. So we got a confirmation on the day today. Tomorrow could be a big move. Then it could cool out for a little bit, and then we could continue to pump over the course of a week or two to retrace highs, right? Then we could possibly get a pullback and then break through highs. These are all things that take a little bit of time and can't just happen in one day. So when I see a pullback of 11%, you know, there was definitely a better opportunity to get into AMD when it was pulled back a little bit lower, but being pulled back 10% from its high, or close to 11% for its high, is a good time to to swing it for the short term, right? Especially like the fact that it's at a level, so your risk is minimal. So if 200 is the bounce area, that's where the structure is being held. You could just keep a stop loss below there. Also, you may just want to take one contract. You may want to go, if you're trying to do it based off of affordability, right? I can't see and know what everybody's money looks like. But if you are looking to save a little bit of money, you can go a little bit out the money to get a cheaper contract, and maybe you just go one contract until we get another move up, right? So this is a confirmation, but another move up would show that this is a complete change of direction, right? So again, when 10 minutes left in the market rolls around, and we're sitting, right around here, I'll jump back in the group and let y'all know. I'm telling y'all now, but I'm definitely, going to be taking AMD. I'm personally going to be swinging it at least 2 weeks. I will put my contracts in the TPC for exactly how long I get it out, but I'm definitely at least going to be 2 weeks with this one. I'm not doing this one on the weekly. So yeah, of my favorites is definitely AMD. But the 21158, I'm not sure exactly what you said. Previous able support and resistance on what time frame, Denisha? Because I don't see it on the daily. I don't see any. There's no resistance on the daily. You're welcome, Candy. Yeah, Zay, about a month. Yep. He says, "Oh man, them big boy contracts." He said, "Let's go for it. Scared money don't make no money." Yeah. Listen, scared money don't make no money, but listen, scared money don't make no money, but definitely also, you know what I'm saying, like, definitely keep your risk management intact. You know what I'm saying, like, we're not gonna gamble. You know what I'm saying? If it's not there, we can't force it. He said, "Where would you look to swing AMD?" So okay, I think you might have just got on, right. So this is for anybody that just joined. I'm gonna go over this one more time because I want it to be very clear for y'all. As long as we get a bullish confirmation on the daily, which is what this is right here. This is a bullish engulfing, right? This is engulfing the previous candle. This is a very, very strong reversal sign, right? We knew that it was reversing. I talked about this on on my Sunday watch list because it was approaching it basically formed a triple bottom. That's another confluence I didn't name. I named like 4 confluences, but it also is a triple bottom, right? So it went down, went up, made the W, came down, went up, and then it came down again, and we're retesting this level. So if this does hold tomorrow, it's a very, very slim chance that it's not going to pump and retrace highs, right? This is why it's such a significant move, because there's no resistance on the daily, right? So again, a third test of that $200 level is a very strong support. So what do we need to see to enter? We just needed to stay put, right? Right exactly where it's at. We just needed to stay. I don't even want to say put because I don't want y'all to confuse me saying stay put with puts, but it needs to stay where it is, right? So if this can stay in this bullish candle, up until 10 minutes before the market, it'll be a good time to get in. I also said that when we drop down to the 4-hour, you will see that it's above the VWAP, right? Which is typically, a bullish sentiment. So if it can stay above the VWAP, right, 10 minutes before closure, you can go ahead and enter. Something like this that you're swinging, you don't have to get such a precise entry because we're looking for a much larger move. So it's a few cents off or whatever is not going to harm you in any way. Just make sure that, like I said, it's staying above this VWAP 10 minutes prior to the market closing. Does that make sense? No, today is the confirmation, Zach. Yep, today's the confirmation. Today's the confirmation. Yep. Yeah, so this candle is the confirmation. Um, for me, right? Some people may need a higher high and a higher low, but I know the probability of a bullish engulfing coming off of so much confluence. So that's the reason for me it's a confirmation. Some people some people only call a confirmation something that has fully changed directions, right? So it is technically also a higher high, but it's not a higher low because it's an engulfing. So an engulfing can't have a higher high and a higher low, but it does have a higher high. So the engulfing here is enough for me to be like, yeah, this the one. Uh-huh. You said AMD look like 224 may be in the near future. No, facts. There's no resistance. Like I said, this play looks so good that I'm like, are they going to try to fool us? That's literally like just a thought. I'm like, this is how clean the play is. I'm gonna go over it again, right? It's a triple bottom. It went and retested the 200 price point today, failed it, and bounced up incredibly. It's slowly consolidating, staying in that place because it made its move for the day. It's at an order block. It's at the edge of a Bollinger Band, which also aligned with an order block and the triple bottom. Volumes coming in. I don't know. I don't know what else you need. It's a beautiful setup. But look, like I said, I'm gonna hang out for a little bit longer. But I want to make sure if there's anything that y'all been looking to analyze, or if there's a play that you're looking at right now. I think I love this time period right here. I really like this pocket of time to go live because it still allows for the development of the afternoon market, right? We trade on live in the group, but we get to see what may be brewing. So I'm gonna play around with this time and see how it works. But yeah, if y'all got any stocks that you want me to analyze, go ahead and drop them down. Drop them in the group. Drop them in the chat. Beta Clay. I got you. Beta A Clay. So you from out Atlanta? You from the Bay? You live in Atlanta? Palantir and Tesla. I got you. All right. No issue. Let's get it. So we'll do Palantir. Hold on real quick. Yeah, let me call you back on my live, bro. All right. All right. So I'm gonna pull up Palantir. Paulina, as we like to call it. Where you hiding that, Palantir? Okay. All right, we got Palantir. Can y'all see that? Nah, for sure, Marquin. You say you're from Vallejo, lived in Atlanta for 25 years. Oh, wow, okay. Dope. Yeah, I've been to Vallejo. You said, okay, dope. I got you. I've been to Vallejo one time, bro. I went to Vallejo for a La Russell concert, and it was a dope experience. We went, pulled up at his house, did the backyard thing, and then we went up the street to the school for a little bit and kicked it up there. So it was a cool little time. All right, so I'm looking at Palantir. Let me go to the daily time frame and see exactly what's going on here. All right. I'm looking at y'all view, and I see that it's a disconnect between like what I'm seeing and what y'all are seeing. Hold on. Let me let this populate. I don't know why it's taking so long. All right. All right, so we locked. We got y'all see it on the daily? So Palantir, I'm not really like I'm still not sold on it. I'm still not sold on it, y'all. This is a huge wick on a daily time frame. A little less than an hour left in the market. This looks like it may possibly want to come back and retest, into this order block. So I don't see a clear direction or confirmation on Palantir. Now, if it does decide that it wants to come down, hold on. Yeah, I mean Palantir could definitely come down tomorrow. It could come down into this order block. Um, there was a bearish engulfing, and it did kind of like recover a little bit on Friday, but it looks like there's a lot of sellers in this area. Um, what I would need to see on this to get into puts would be a closure below lows. So when we open up tomorrow, this is not something that I would take today. Just letting y'all know that up front. I would not try to front run this play and get into it today. But tomorrow, what I would need to see is a confirmation with a bearish close below 176.38, right? So if you can get the bearish close below 176.38, then that'll be a pretty nice setup. But right where it is right now, I'm not I don't see anything that is like necessarily worth getting in right now. But again, if you get the closure below the 176.38 tomorrow, this did wick off. So I talked to y'all the other day about there's a swing strategy that I use, right? So if you're not familiar with this particular swing strategy, it's called the 25K strategy. There's also a book called the 25K, um, the 25K something option strategy or something like that. You can go look it up. It's it's blue with yellow writing. So that's how you'll know which one it is. And this is where I got the swing strategy from. But basically, what it says is that in these 30-day cycles, the stock moves in a particular manner, right? And if you have the Bollinger Bands and the Keltner channels Write those two indicators down if you already are not familiar with what I'm getting ready to tell you. If you have those two things on, and the Keltner channel is sitting inside of the Bollinger Band at the highest extreme and the lowest extreme, and the stock price is either sitting at the highest extreme or the lowest extreme of the Bollinger Band with the Keltner channels sitting inside of it, that means that in the next 30-day cycle, there will be a move upward towards the mean, which is called a mean reversion. So if it's at the lower extreme, you would get into calls for 30 days and take it to the middle of the Bollinger Band. If it was at the top extreme, you would take puts for 30 days and take it down to the center Bollinger Band, or or the mean, right? There is some nuance to this strategy. Obviously, you need to be aware of what the actual trend is, and what may be going on in the market that could cause that to not actually work out. But I've done the back testing on this with a bunch and seen probabilities over 80% consistently across various stocks with this exact play. So this is why I love it the most for the swing strategy. So with that being said, when you're looking at this on a daily, the same thing also happens from the mean, right? So from the lower extreme, it goes up to the mean. From the higher extreme, it comes down to the mean. But when it's at the mean, then it's typically going into the direction that it's rejecting from or bouncing. So this right here is actually the mean right here. It actually rejected off the mean, off the middle, right? And it's coming down. So if there is a confirmation tomorrow that is lower than that was, what I say, 176.38, a bearish confirmation, then this could be coming down to retest the lower extreme of the Bollinger Bands, down as low as like 167 to 170, somewhere in that area. So that's why, Palantir could be beautiful. But again, since there's no confirmation just yet, I can't call a play for it today. Because all we know, like Palantir could shoot back up and then retest the mean again tomorrow. But once we get that confirmation, oh yeah, she definitely coming down to, to 167, 170 for sure. And that'll be something that you can swing out again for 2 weeks to 30 days. 30 days is typically the cycle for the swing on this type of strategy, but it usually be happening in the first week or two. I'm gonna be real with you. But we always like to give ourselves that little cushion for the just in case shit that can happen. All right. All right. No, for sure. He's like, are you gonna be live when you enter the AMD? No. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go live. I actually gotta hop on a call in about 15 minutes and another call 30 minutes after that. So I'm gonna be tied up. But I will I will make sure I drop a like type something in the in the group to let y'all know what I'm doing. All right. So we said Palantir. What was the other one? I'm gonna definitely get these knocked out. He said Spy got me in the choke. Oh, Toya, how you doing, Toya? You said Spy got you in a chokehold. Is that a good thing? Like you've been killing it or what? American Khalifa says silver. What was the other one? You said Apple, Tesla. Oh yeah, Tesla. All right, so let's go to Tesla. That's weird. Can y'all see my chart? It looked like it's showing like the thumbnail for some reason. It's called the 25K option strategy. So if you just Google 25K option strategy, you will see a like a navy blue book that pops up and it has yellow writing. And that's the one that you want to get. You scalp and call. How did that work out for you, Toya? Why is this not showing up? This is weird. Let me close out of this thing right here because this. Can y'all see my charts? Let me know yes or no if y'all can see my charts. You can't see it. Okay. How about now? Still no? Hmm. That's so weird. Hold on, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a second. I'm gonna just stop sharing my screen for a quick second just to recalibrate. It worked out nice. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes, like when I'm sharing with you all, and there's like these little weird technical glitches. I'm just like, man, this is irritating because I'm trying to give y'all so much, man. Yeah, this is really blowing me. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. Can y'all see any of my screen? Can you see the charts? Hold on, so y'all were able to see the charts. Can see it now. Okay, perfect. All right, bet. All right. So let's go to Tesla. I thought I could like based on what it's showing me that y'all are seeing, it was looking like y'all couldn't see it, but y'all can see it, so that's good. Tesla look good. Tesla looks good. Um, y'all see what I was talking about the 25K strategy? Look, it came down. It got a failed 2D right here at the bottom extreme of the Bollinger Band. And where is it at now? It only took 3 days for that to happen, or 2 days. It's right back at the mean. Y'all notice, like, really take some time and just go through some different stocks. Turn the Bollinger Bands on, turn the Keltner channel on, and watch, just observe. This is, I mean, you could be intermediate level, beginner trader, or whatever. If you just practice this on your own, of having these on, and then looking at where it, it comes down to the lower extreme or the upper extreme, and just take some time to like manually count how many days it took to make its way back to the mean. That's going to give you so much confidence about entering swings. So since we are up at the mean, it could definitely continue up here. We could probably go to about 458, 460 tomorrow. But it also, because it has a little bit of a rejection here, it could possibly fall. The confirmation, was right here on this day for the upside. But when we get to like 2 and 3 green candles, um, you know, I usually like to take something like right after the 2 down or like right after this first confirmation. So earlier today would have been a great entry on Tesla, right? But where it is right now, I do believe it's going to continue going up and even probably go above the mean. But I don't believe that it's necessarily going to happen tomorrow. You can't really call that, right? So in the form of something reversing and then breaking out, there are little moments of pullbacks, and I just don't want you to get caught up and discouraged because the first day that you're in a trade is a pullback. So I wouldn't call this a sure like call today, but I would definitely like keep my eye on it for tomorrow just to see how it behaves. But if it breaks out tomorrow and and breaks previous day highs, then you can start seeing it really pump. So that's my take on Tesla. I wouldn't swing it though. Not saying it can't work. I just wouldn't personally swing it based on my rules. All right. But you said it's glitched though. Is it still glitching? You are getting our comments delayed. All right. So let me just pause. Were y'all able to see that analysis? Okay. All right, so that's Tesla. I thought I was gonna be able to go over some of the other ones, but I do gotta hop off in a little bit because I got a call that I gotta get prepared for. That's literally in like 8 minutes. But I did want to jump on here to make sure that I gave y'all at least MRK and AMD. We did also go over Tesla as well as Palantir. So you got 4 solid plays. Well, Tesla's not really intact. Palantir is not there yet either, but MRK and AMD are definitely there. So I'm getting ready to get off of here, load those contracts up. I'm gonna let y'all know, which ones I take. Then I gotta hop on this call. But hopefully that was helpful, man. I appreciate y'all jumping in here, midday for this session. And yeah, I'll see y'all a little bit later. Peace.